Can you see my screen? Right, so let me take you to the configurations where we have stopped yesterday. So I'm once again going into Logistics General. Under Logistics General, we have something called Batch Management. So within that, I think we are at the Batch Status Management. Okay, so I guess we are here. Maybe updates under characteristics. We have seen this one. Activate batch classification for goods in goods movements in inventory management. So this is where I think we have left yesterday. Okay, so now you could see here. Okay, so let me take you back. Valuation for goods movement in the inventory management. What does it mean? Any goods movements that you carry out in inventory management, valuation for the batch management. How does it take place? It's nothing but assigning value to the characteristics, isn't it? Yesterday we have created one batch, we have created one material, and we have linked the material and the batch using the same class bread, I guess, right? So valuation for goods movements in inventory management. What does it mean? It means assigning characteristic values or values to the characteristics in the inventory transaction. How do we do that? Okay, are you going to do it in front end or back end? This is what we are supposed to specify over here. Okay, look at here, 101 goods receipt. Classification always in the foreground. Okay, you can even choose the different ones. I go with this one because at the time of goods receipt, when you receive a batch managed material, you will come to know, for example, in case if it's a bread, what is the manufacturing date, what is the minimum remaining shelf life that is supposed to be available for that material, what is the color, what is the net weight, etc. You can't do these things in the background, right? So you have to do it in the foreground. It means you, by simply looking at the label on the packet, you'll come to know, and then you will be entering those details manually or in the front end. So this is called foreground. So you keep this. Similarly for 201 goods issue, okay, we will just go with these two. Classification always in the foreground for all the batches. Okay, so I'm just going to show you only these two moments, so therefore I have added only these two. Okay, I'll just go and save it. Back. That's it. The rest of the things are the customer exits, which is nothing but the ABAP related stuff. How to change the things using user defined ones. So that you can ignore it. Now you see here batch status management. Activation of batch status checking in the warehouse. How do I do that? Here. How do I do that? Okay, now this is the batch status management. So we will have to understand what is batch status management. So we will understand what is batch status. Can you please be on mute? Unless you are on mute. Right? So all the batch managed materials we have seen in the beginning, they have something called initial status. That is what we call it as a restricted use, right? So batch status management is nothing but changing the batch status from restricted use to unrestricted use So therefore, when you are changing the status from restricted to unrestricted, what changes are actually taking place behind the screens, that you need to understand. Okay, so when you are changing the status from restricted to unrestricted, the internal transfer posting takes place automatically behind the screens. That will create a material document, and also there is something called change log or change document. Okay, so that's what it takes place during the change of batch status from restricted to unrestricted. Okay, so the batch status function is a central instrument which you can use to identify the batch as restricted or unrestricted. Batch status management is activated in the customizing. You see here you have to activate it in the customizing. Look at here once again. Activate batch status checking for the warehouse. I don't require this one, okay, because I'm not using warehouse. Alright, so the first one is here. This is what we call as warehouse management. So I don't require this because I'm my company code and plant is not integrated with warehouse management, so therefore I don't require. Company code and plant is not integrated. Whereas if you look at in the beginning, in the batch master, is it in the batch master? No, one second.
సార్ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ వస్తుందండి.
How is it now? ఇంకా బ్రేక్ ఉందండి.
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే సార్.
Okay, I think it's here. Specify lines with, yeah, you see here, initial status of the new batch. So here I will be assigning for a specific material type, I will be assigning a new initial status. For CMRO, I have activated already this one. So this is how you activate the batch status for the initial batches. And also, if you look at here, which plant is meant for the batch status, we have already checked in for your plant, that is 777C. So therefore, because you are not using warehouse management, these are the two places where you will be checking the batch status management active, both for the plant level as well as for the material type level. Okay, and this one is for the warehouse management. In case, as we discussed yesterday, batch management is not only being used in MM module, but it's used across logistics module. For warehouse management module, you have to activate the batch status management for the warehouse number. Okay, for the Nissan company code, we do not have the warehouse number, so therefore I need not have to do this. Okay, next one. Okay, so this with the example I will show you. When you actually change the status of the batch from restricted to unrestricted, there will be two documents will be created. One is material document, second one is batch change document. Okay, with an example I will show you this one. For that, what I have to do is I have to receive the material first. So what I am going to do is, let me choose, did you remember the material that we have created yesterday? I'll just go and pick up the material. Give me a moment. Plant is 777C. And if I go with material, I got so many materials. What is the material that we have created yesterday? I'm sorry, I did not remember any of these things, so therefore I'll select this one. I'll just go and find out. None of these materials, isn't it? Slash row mm01 423 is the material.
బ్రెడ్ ఓపెన్ చేశారు
ఏదండి?
బ్రెడ్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను నేను
నా మెటీరియల్ నంబర్ అండి. బ్రెడ్ అనేది క్లాస్ కదా. 420 is it 423?
461 అనుకుంటాను.
అమ్మా మీటింగ్ 420
461 సార్.
ఏదండి?
ఐటమ్ నేమ్ యాజ్ బ్రెడ్.
ఏదండి?
ఐటమ్ నేమ్ యాజ్ బ్రెడ్ అనుకుంటారు.
ఎక్కడ ఉందండి అది? కరెక్ట్
సార్ లాస్ట్ నుంచి సెకండ్ వన్ సార్.
you're right, 461.
లాస్ట్ నుంచి సెకండ్.
you're right.
లాస్ట్ నుంచి
461. Okay, so therefore what am I going to do is look at here slash n mb. So therefore what am I 1c, I'm doing goods receipt, other goods receipt. Okay, you see here how batch management will be used for this. MB1c other goods receipt, that means what you are receiving goods without referring to any purchase order. Movement type 56501, plant 777c, and storage location 0001. Put it over here. This is your material. How much quantity? For example 10. Look at here, I just hit enter. Okay, what is it says? Caution, internal number allocation for materials handled in batches. Okay, if you want to create a new batch number, you can create it, or I can simply go and, you see here, I can go and assign the batch number that I have created yesterday. Did you remember we have created one batch yesterday? What is that batch number? I don't know. Let me find it out. One second. Batches for material, for 461 material. You see here I have created one batch 409. Let me enter this batch. Okay. You see, this batch number was created by me yesterday as status restricted use. Okay, that's okay. Okay, now you see, I am assigning quantity 10 for this batch. What is the batch definition? Try to recollect it once again. A batch is nothing but the quantity of material produced in a given manufacturing cycle time with a set of non-reproducible and homogeneous characteristics. Okay, let's say remaining shelf life of 30 days, something like that I am giving it. Okay, just back, or you can just go forward. Save it. ఓకే, నేను ఇప్పుడు దీనికి గూడ్స్ రిసీవ్ చేశాను కాబట్టి ఈ మెటీరియల్ స్టాక్ లో కనిపించాలి కదండి. లెట్స్ సీ, I'll just go and slash n mmb stock overview. It will not get it is yet to get posted. Let it get posted. Okay, now you see here document was posted. So now if I go and check stock overview, you see here, what does it displays? So where is the stock? Can you see the stock? Can you see the stock? Is there any stock?
No, sir.
Why no?
We are seeing at a company code level,
Hmm?
not at a plant level.
Okay, so company code level means I have checked all those things. You see here, selection of display levels, company code, plant, storage, batch, special stock, everything is selected. I have given here all these things. So why my stock is not appearing? The reason is the status of the batch is restricted. Okay, transaction code MSC2N, change batch. Okay, you go there, you give the material number and you choose the batch. What is the batch number? I wanted to find out the batch. This is the batch number. Now you hit enter. You see here, what is the batch status? Restricted. It means what? You cannot use it, isn't it? This is like your GR block stock kind of thing. Unless the stock is changed from, or unless the status of the stock is changed from restricted to unrestricted, you will not be able to see the stock in the stock overview report. Okay, so you see this is batch status. So changing restricted to unrestricted is called batch status management. Okay, so here you see manufacturing date of manufacturing is 30th, shelf life is so and so, shelf life system has taken automatically, I guess. Okay, so now you see here, I'll go to basic data, classification, all you can see here, short text you can maintain here, batch status changed by Venkat. Something like that you can write it here. Classification, this data, isn't it? Now you see here at this moment you don't see any documents here. Once I go with save, ఏమైందండి ఇక్కడ నేను బ్యాచ్ స్టేటస్ చేంజ్ చేశానండి. Okay, now you see here changing the batch. Now you see after the batch status is changed, you be there in the same MMBE, refresh it. Do you see any quantity this time? Are you seeing any quantity? If yes, what level?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you could see the quantity of 10. This is the batch level. Quantity of batch 409. చూడండి ఈ మెటీరియల్ ఈ ప్లాంట్ స్టోరేజ్ లొకేషన్ లో దీని బ్యాచ్ క్వాంటిటీ బ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ 409 క్వాంటిటీ కెన్ ఉందండి. సో once again, now let me take you to screenshot. What I said, changing the batch status from restricted to unrestricted will automatically create internal transfer source. And also there is a material document which will be generated because to show or to make as a proof that the transfer has taken place, and also there is a change document, right? Change your mute. Mute లో ఉండండి మాట్లాడకపోతే. Okay, so now let me show you.
బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్.
మీరు మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టండి సార్. మీరు స్పీకర్ ఆన్ చేసి ఉంటుంది మీది. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ గా ప్యాకెట్స్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది వాయిస్. Is it okay now? Pavitra, how is it now?
Yeah, it's fine, sir. Sometimes your my voice echoes, sir.
Adi, yeah, that's because you guys are on the speaker. మీరు మ్యూట్ లో ఉండండి so that it will not occur. Okay, so now you see, once again I'm going back to stock overview. Keep your cursor over here at plant level. Okay, look at here. Where is that? Material movements. You would see a material document. Okay, student ikkada you have this material document. This is the material, isn't it? So this is the material, and there was an internal transfer posting has taken place. Movement type 342, and this is the material document. With reference to this document, quantity 10 has been moved from restricted to unrestricted. Okay, so now look at the batch. Once again, I'll go with the display batch this time. In that changes and kadandi, then let's have a look at it. If you look into documents, changes. If you look into changes, you would see a change document number. Okay, చూడండి ఇది MSC1 ఎంతో నిన్న క్రియేట్ చేసామండి ఈ బ్యాచ్ నెంబర్. ఓకే, దాని తర్వాత MB1Cతో దీన్ని అప్డేట్ చేసామండి. దీని తర్వాత MSC2 ఎంతో స్టేటస్ చేంజ్ చేసామండి. If you want to see exactly what was happened with reference to this particular document, okay, you could actually see it. You double click it. You just go like this. Okay, you see here date of last status change. Okay, old value this one, new value this one. Batch and restricted use, old value this one, new value this one. It means what batch status has been changed, isn't it? So therefore this is how you could actually see the details. Okay, so this is what we mean by batch status management. An automatic internal transfer posting takes place with movement type 342 when you are moving or when you are changing the batch status from restricted to unrestricted. Because there is an internal transfer posting, there should be a proof. For that, a material document is getting created. And then, since you are changing the batch status from restricted to unrestricted, there is also a change document, a batch change document. And that will serve you as a proof that what data in the batch master is changed. Okay, so therefore these two documents change. These two documents will tell you whether there was an internal transfer posting taken place or not, and also what data of the batch master is changed. Okay, like this I can just go and create one PO, and I'll also show you how to assign a batch number for the material. Look at here, ME21N. I'm going to create a PO. Take any vendor. $461, quantity of 25. See here, plant is 777C. Okay, PB00. You give the price as 15, something like this. Okay, check. Okay, instead of 25, maybe you can give it as quantity 100. Check it. If you want to assign the batch number in the material in the PO itself, you go to material data, where you see here, if it's a batch managed material, this icon, create batch icon, will be enabled. Okay, If it is not a batch master, this will be disabled. So right now I am not assigning here. I wanted to assign the batch number at the time of goods receipt. So therefore I am not assigning any batch number over here, only for time being, okay? Because I wanted multiple batches, so therefore I'm not assigning any batch number here. What happens if I assign the batch number? I have to receive this batch of material only with reference to this PO. So therefore I'm not assigning any batch number in the PO. Let it get saved. I'll go with Migo also simultaneously. Okay, now the PO is created, 320,035. Take some more time. Okay, so this is my PO number. I will now do goods receipt for this. Okay, now you see I'm doing goods receipt. At the time of goods receipt, look at here. So out of quantity 100, assume it I am receiving some 18 quantity into 000, for example, 2 storage location. Okay, I am evaluating the shipping instructions, and you see here batch number. Okay, so here I'll just go and hit enter. You go with classification. Okay, now you see here for this material, this batch is getting created, 410 batch. Okay, batch of 410, bread color. So this is called foreground. Okay, so you have to give everything manually. Weight is for example 200 grams. Manufacturer of the bread, okay, Britannia. Okay, remaining shelf life, let it be. Okay, so you have something called manufacturing date has to come. Has it come? Okay, so let me put it as, say for example 31 days. Okay, let's go check it. Right, then go and post it. That's okay. Now I am posting it. Come on, it's taking too much time. Okay, now the material document is posted. So it means you have done goods receipt. If you look at stock overview, what is that you expect? You would still see only 10 because that stock of 18 quantity which I received, which will be posted to restricted stock. So therefore you don't see it over here. So like this, let me do receipt for some more quantity with some other batch numbers. Okay, for example 22 into 000 storage location, right? Evaluate the conditions. Okay, let me just go and find it out. Brown, 100 grams, for example. Spencer's, say for example 19 days. Check it and post it. Okay, now you see here there was a different batch number which is 411. Okay, so like this I will be creating one more or two more, three more batch numbers, so that I will have many more batch numbers to select while issuing the material. Okay, say 20 this time, storage location 0001, validate the shipping instructions. Okay, so go with whatever weight. Okay, 200 grams, and then Britannia, for example 17 days. Check it. Okay, post it. Once again, do goods receipt. Okay, for example 30, where into storage location 002, evaluate shipping instructions once again, and then here, okay, you use for example brown 250 grams, Britannia say 22. Check it. That's okay. Post it. Right? Finally, once again, let me do the rest 10 quantity as well. Okay. All right. Batch number. Say weight 100 grams. Stencils. Remaining shelf life of say 12 days. Check it. And then you post it. Now you see, I think I have posted more than 4 or 5 batches, but still if you look at my stock overview, because all of them are in restricted use, none of them will appear over here. So that means what? When the batch status is only under unrestricted, until that point of time the batches will not appear over here. Okay, so now if you look at your PO, if you refresh your PO, everything you could see, all the goods receipts, you can see it over here under purchase order history. You will have 4 or 5 batches. How many? I think there are 5 batches. Okay, so what am I going to do? Let me just go and create one more purchase order. This time I'm going to assign the batch number in the PO itself. So even that is also possible. Okay, I just wanted to show you both the things. So therefore, remember, from MM perspective, the batch number can be assigned either in the goods receipt or in the PO. Okay, so here you see here I can give the batch number directly here itself. See, if I go and create, it will be created 415. Batch number is just created. Now you could see it here. So while receiving the material, I should be receiving the batch of 415 only. I cannot go and change this batch when I try to receive the material with reference to this PO. Isn't it? You see, if I wanted to receive the material for this PO, you see here, the batch number is already there. I cannot go and change this batch number. At max, I can assign the characteristics over here. Okay, something like this. I can only change it something like this, but I cannot. Isn't it? I cannot create a new batch here. Why? It's because the batch number is already assigned in the PO. Therefore, you have no chance or choice to change the batch number. If the batch number is not maintained in the PO, then in that case it's a different case where you can maintain the batch number in the goods receipt. Okay, so therefore these are the two cases where you can assign the batch number for the incoming material. That is, the first place is at the time of PO creation, or the second place is at the time of goods receipt. Isn't it? Now you could see here I wanted to change the batch statuses for some of the batches. You see, I could now see all the batches. For this material 1000461, I've got 4 this batch. Okay, storage location is different. You can take this storage location out as well. There's no big deal. Okay, I go with change. You keep it as restricted. and you just go with save. So means what? This batch 410 batch also will appear in the stock overview. Now if you go and refresh it, okay, it will appear. It will take some time. It's not getting refreshed. Oops, I think I've given 0001 as the storage location there. So let me take out this storage location. So therefore it appears on even this one also. Okay. Now if you go, you would see 2 batches. Sorry. See here, in 0001 this is the batch, in 0002 this is the batch. Right? Like this, as and when you require a material to be issued, you will be coming over here, selecting the batch number, changing the batch status from restricted to unrestricted. Save it. Right? Once you are done, if you look at your stock overview, if you refresh it, now you see here in 0001, 409 and 411 batches are available for issue, whereas in 0002 this is the material with the batch number so and so available for issue. So this is what we call it as batch status management. So when you look at the this batch, if you look into the moments, you would see a material document. Okay, you see here, this is the material document which gets posted. Why? Because changing the batch status will trigger an internal transfer posting with the movement type 342. Therefore, this material document is a proof. And also, there will be a change document which contains what was the old value changed and maintained while changing the batch status. Right? So this is what we call it as batch status management. The next one is batch determination. So this is about how to assign the batch number and how to assign the characteristic values for the incoming batch. Now you wanted to issue the batch management material to the cost center. Now you have seen how many batches of materials are there with us. We have got about 6 or 7 batches, isn't it, for this material? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 batches are there. Out of these 7 batches, which batch of the material needs to be issued first? Isn't it? So therefore, for this, I'm going to use a technique called batch determination. This is a functionality. It's like a price determination, message determination. Similarly, batch determination is the concept which we are going to use. For the batch determination, it's the same technique, condition technique, which you have to implement for the batch determination. Okay, how to use batch, what we call condition technique, you see here. I'm going to show you here. Okay, all these things are not required for me, so let me just go into the configuration and show you how it is to be done. Once that is done, I'll come back to the screen and explain you. Okay, we have seen batch status management here. Now the next node is batch determination and batch check. Okay, I'll just once again give you an outline view of the condition technique. మీకు గుర్తుంది కదండి కండిషన్ టెక్నిక్ మనం ఎట్లా చేసామండి ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ప్రైస్ డిటర్మినేషన్ మీకు గుర్తుందా there is something called schema group, isn't it? So it's the same thing which I'm going to specify here. Purchase organization schema group. Okay, you have one purchase organization schema group, and then you have something called vendor schema group, isn't it? Okay, vendor schema group, itla oka rendu schema groups unnai mee daggara. Then you are linking both of these with what? గుర్తుందండి మీకు కండిషన్ టెక్నిక్ ప్రొసీజర్, isn't it? So both of these are linked to something called pricing procedure. Okay, there is something called pricing procedure, or what we call it as calculation schema. Okay, and this calculation schema, as you know, contains condition types, isn't it? So do you still have the voice problems? Are you able to hear, or do you have problems? Can you guys hear me, or do you have any problems? Hello?
No problem, sir, from my side.
Okay. So, we have different condition types here, currently. So this is how we have discussed. So you have something called condition type one. Okay, you have something called condition type 2, and then you have something called condition type 3, you have something called condition type 4, you have something called condition type 5. ఇంతే కదా మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. And then each condition type okay, each condition type is actually linked with access sequence key. Okay, it will have something called access sequence key, ASK, okay, and each access sequence key will have these condition tables. Isn't it? Condition table, one, you have condition table 2, you have condition table 3, and also you have something called condition table 4, so on and so forth, where the condition record, correct condition record would be available in the condition table. It's the same thing that we will be discussing here in the batch determination also, except ఇక్కడ మీకు స్కీమా గ్రూప్స్ ఏమి ఉండవండి. మీకు ఇక్కడ సేమ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ స్కీమా ఏమంటారు, మీరు దీన్ని బ్యాచ్ డిటర్మినేషన్ స్కీమా అంటారు. దీనికి కూడా కండిషన్ టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ బ్యాచ్ డిటర్మినేషన్ స్కీమా విల్ బి డిటర్మైన్డ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద అప్లికేషన్స్. ఇన్వెంటరీ అప్లికేషనా, లేకపోతే పర్చేసింగ్ అప్లికేషనా, వేర్ హౌస్ మేనేజ్మెంటా, ప్రొడక్షనా, ఏంటి అని application. This calculation schema is linked with the application rather than with the schema groups. Okay, apart from this, there are two more things that you need to work with in the batch definition. There is something called selection class and sorting rule. Okay, so ఈ selection class sorting rule అనేది మీకు ఇంత ముందు మెసేజ్ డిటర్మినేషన్ లో కానీ ప్రైస్ డిటర్మినేషన్ లో కానీ ఎక్కడ రాదండి, ఇక్కడ మాత్రమే వస్తుంది. Right? So let me take you with this. Let me take you back to the batch determination configuration. First thing, చూడండి ఇక్కడ batch search procedure definition. ఇక్కడికి వెళ్తే మీరు, as I told you, batch determination or batch management is used across logistic modules. I will be focusing only on inventory management. ఎందుకంటే batch management నేను MM perspective లో inventory management లోనే వాడుతున్నాను. Rest of things are production order, process order, sales and distribution, warehouse management. These are not my pieces. Okay, so therefore I'm not dealing with this. I will be dealing with only batch search procedure in the inventory management. So let me just go with it. Okay, so here you could see this is the search procedure. The standard one is Z001. Okay, you can copy this one, go with copy as, you make it as NISSAN. Okay, let me put it this way, ZNISSN, batch search procedure for bread class. Okay, our material is bread, right, and our class is also bread, so therefore I go like this, copy all. Okay, now Z Nissan is created. I'll just go and save it. Nissan created kadandi. Just go and have a look at what are the condition types. ZMM1, Z001. These are the two condition types that I have. మీరు కావాలంటే ఇవే వాడుకోవచ్చు, లేదంటే you can go and create your own condition types. How do you go and create condition type? Come back here. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, you will have something called condition types, strategy types. Okay, this is called condition types. Define inventory management strategy types is also called as condition types. So if you go here, you will have those two things, GMM1 and the Z001. ఆ రెండు కాకుండా మీరు ఇంకేమైనా వాడుకోవాలి అనుకుంటే you just go and create with new entries. Okay, but I'm fine with these two. I need not have to change. మీకు ఎలా కండిషన్ టైప్ ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలనేది I think I've already shown you in output determination in the purchase order also. So therefore here I need not have to create a fresh condition type. I can simply use Z001 and ZMM1. Okay, so now search procedure define చేశానండి. Look at here, for batch management perspective I'm specifying here once again, this is called batch search procedure. Okay, so I have defined my batch search procedure. For this I have got the condition types also. One second. Okay, I can simply right. So what are my condition types? And here ZMM1. Okay, the other one is Z001. These are my two of the condition types. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏం చేయాలి, నేను బ్యాచ్ సర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ని అప్లికేషన్ కి అసైన్ చేయాలి. Which application? There is something called inventory management. Okay, you come back to search procedure, you see here, you come back to here, batch search procedure, allocation and check activation. You come to this place. Here you see allocate IM, inventory management search procedure, and activate the check. You go to this place. Okay, ఇక్కడ what you have to do, ఏ ఇన్వెంటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మీరు పెర్ఫామ్ చేస్తుంటే ఏ సర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ట్రిగర్ కావాలి. ఓకే, మీరు గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు కదా మీకు బ్యాచ్ సర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ట్రిగర్ అయ్యి ఏ బ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ ఫస్ట్ ఇష్యూ చేయాలని చెప్పాల్సింది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్ ఫర్ ది గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ? కమ్ బ్యాక్ 201. Okay, I'd rather here 201. So here you have to choose your batch search procedure that you have defined, the Nissan. Okay, now you see here I have selected this one. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇది search procedure batch determination or అంటే ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కి నేను దీన్ని యాక్టివేట్ చేశాను. సిమిలర్లీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ పోస్టింగ్ అప్పుడు కూడా మీకు సెర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ యాక్టివేట్ కావాలి అంటే you should come back. Okay, you should come down here. You will have the movement types. Transfer posting movement types ఏంటి? 313, 315, 301, 303, 305. ఈ మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్స్ అన్నిటికీ కూడా సెర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ని యాక్టివేట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ యాక్టివేటింగ్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ వన్ మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్. వైల్ యూ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇట్, యూ యూజ్ మల్టిపుల్ మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్స్. ఓకే, సో క్లియర్. ఇక్కడ నేనేం అసైన్ చేశానండి? అప్లికేషన్. What is that application? Batch search procedure allocating to IM application, which is nothing but inventory management application. Okay, right? So ఇంతలో అయిపోయిందండి. No, there is a small thing which needs to do. I told you there is something called selection class and sorting rule. Okay, there is something called selection class and there is something called sorting rule. Selection class అంటేనండి ఏ బేసిస్ మీద మీకు బ్యాచ్ డిటర్మైన్ చేయాలి అంటే ఏ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ బేసిస్ మీద. మనం we have discussed 4 characteristics. What is that? Type of or manufacturer, color of the bread, weight, minimum remaining shelf life. So నా బ్యాచ్ డిటర్మినేషన్ దేని మీద జరగాలి? మినిమం రిమైనింగ్ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ ఏది తక్కువ ఉంటే దాని మీద ఆన్ ది బేసిస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ మై సిస్టమ్ హ్యాస్ టు డిటర్మైన్ ద బ్యాచ్. So it means what is the selection character? Minimum remaining shelf life. Okay, so I will be creating another class called selection class where I will be using the characteristic that I have defined for my bread class. Sorting rule and enti increasing order or decreasing order of batches ni display cheyala, that it will tell. These two needs to be assigned to your condition technique. Okay, so ఈ condition technique ఈ రెండు assign చేయాలండి. That's all you have to do. Okay, now having known that you have these things, now you see I'm done with the high. Okay, top level అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు bottom level లో strategy type I'm going there and these are my strategy types, ZMM1 and Z001. If you go into Z001, you see here this is called selection class. ఇక్కడ ఈ సెలక్షన్ క్లాస్ లో యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ యువర్ ఓన్ క్లాస్. సేమ్ వే సార్టింగ్ రూల్ ఆల్సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ యువర్ ఓన్ సార్టింగ్ రూల్. యు సీ హియర్, లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ గో అండ్ క్రియేట్ మెయింటైన్. ఓకే, సో హియర్ ఐ కెన్ గో SC selection class underscore BREAD. I can just go and create it like this. What is it says? Not yet created. That's okay. It's not been there. Okay. So what should I do? Come back. Okay. It's not there. I think I should have an option to maintain from here. Okay, it's not there here. Let me just go and maintain it from here. There is a separate transaction code, so I'm going to that place. And central functions, batch management. You see here, batch determination, selection and sorting. Okay, so here I will be creating a selection class, transaction code BMC1. ఇక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నానండి ఒక సెలక్షన్ క్లాస్ ని. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ SC selection class underscore bread. I'll go and create. Okay, selection, or I would say batch selection class for bread. Okay, and then you see here, go to characteristics. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఇవ్వాల్సింది ఏంటంటే మీ బ్రెడ్ క్లాస్ లో మినిమం రిమైనింగ్ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ కోసం ఇచ్చారు కదా, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు స్పెసిఫై. LOBM, is it RLZ? I think so. Let me check it. Yeah, minimum remaining shelf life. Okay, you check it, you save it. Right, SC underscore bread is the selection class. Similarly, I am going to create a sorting rule. Okay, minimum remaining shelf life meeda మీరు on the basis of that you are identifying the batches. For example, minimum remaining shelf life which ఒకదానికి 11, ఒకదానికి 12, ఒకదానికి 13, ఒకదానికి 17, ఒకదానికి 24 ఎట్లా ఉన్నాయి మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న బ్యాచ్ నెంబర్స్. వాటిలో ఏది పికప్ చేసుకోవాలి, the one which lowest minimum remaining shelf life or the one with highest remaining shelf life. లేదా మీ క్వాంటిటీ 50 కావాలి, షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ 11 days ఉన్నది, ఒక 20 ఉన్నాయి, షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ 13 days ఉన్నది, ఒక 15 ఉన్నాయి. సో అప్పుడు ఏ బ్యాచెస్ తీసుకోవాలి, for that you have to create the sorting rule. Okay, CU70. Okay, so I will go with SC underscore selection SR sorting rule. Okay, so it's going to be SR underscore bread. I'm going to create like this. SC underscore bread is the selection class, SR underscore bread is the sorting rule. Hit enter. Okay, sorting rule for bread. Okay, now you come here, go to characteristics, you specify here LOBM underscore RLZ. Okay, LOBM underscore RLZ. You see here ascending or descending, sorting. If you want in descending order, you can check this one. I always go with ascending order. Okay, so therefore once you are done with this, you just go and save it. Okay, now I have got both selection class and sorting rule. Since I have defined both of them, you come back to my configurations. So here you find out SC underscore, what is that, SC star BR star F4. Let me find it out. SC underscore bread. Similarly, sorting rule underscore bread. This is how I have created. Oops. SR bread. Okay, enter this. Right, so once you are done with this, save it. Similarly for GMM1 also, you just go and add these two. That's all. Okay, so all the configurations part you have done it. If you look at access sequence key, you will have the access sequence, you will have the condition type. Okay. There is one more thing from the master data perspective you have to do. So what is that you have done? Look at here. So you have assigned selection class, sorting rule to these condition types. So now you have to maintain the condition records into the condition table. The condition records are on condition type. So this is what you have to do it. That is also master data. So look at here, batch usage. Is it batch usage? No. One moment. I have forgotten the transaction code. Batch search strategy for inventory management. Yeah, this one. MBC1 is the transaction code to create the condition record for the inventory management. That is for the 201 movement type or 301 or 303, 305 movement types. Okay. Now your condition types C01 and GMM1, both of these two are your condition types. Okay. Now let's see. I go with movement type and plant. Either way, depending upon your requirement, you choose either plant, material. These are condition tables. Okay. Plant material or movement type material. Let me go with both. There is nothing wrong. Your material. What is your material? 461. Okay. Now, once entering this one, you see here, select this one, go to selection criteria. Here you should be seeing your class, remaining shelf life. Okay. And similarly, if you select this one and go with sorting rule, you have to have your sorting rule SR_bread ascending order. Okay. Ensure that both selection class and sorting rule is being triggered for the condition. Okay. So this is what is that I have taken, plant and material. Save it. Similarly, second one, movement type and material. Why it is this one? I wanted to go with 201, that is goods issue. Okay, ensure that both of these two are there. Let's see, bread, which is there. Similarly, sorting rule SR bread, which is there. Save it. Then there is also another movement, what you call the condition record, condition type GMF1. So this is again plant and material combination. So you give it. So which is triggered, that's okay, and also sorting rule, which is also there. So this is material movement type, isn't it? Sorry, plant and material. Let's save it. Back. Oops, I'm sorry. Key combination. Okay, even for this also, I'll simply just go ahead and maintain the same. Okay, so now I am done with the configurations. Okay, now let me try do goods receipt. Sorry, goods issue. Stock ORV you are seeing now. Look at this. If I have to issue the material, I should be issuing the material only from any of these three, 409, 411 or 410. ఈ 3 batches నుంచి మెటీరియల్ ఇవ్వాలండి. ఓకే, వీటిలో ఏది ఫస్ట్ ఇవ్వాలి? That my batch determination will decide. Okay, look at here, goods movement MB1A, goods issue. If my configurations are proper, if I have defined the batch determination technique properly, then you see here my system cost center, let's say production, material 461, I wanted to issue quantity of 15. Okay, from which batch of material I don't know. How many batches of materials available for usage I don't know. So therefore I put a star mark over here. Okay, and hit enter. I put a star mark and hit enter. Then when I click enter, system should determine which batch of material to be issued first for the quantity of 15. Now you see on the bottom, it is determining, it is finding out the batches. Now look at here. Look at here. Okay, how many are there? Batches are there. See 415, 414, 412, 411, 409. Out of this, available quantities are there here. Characteristic. You see here, this is the minimum remaining shelf life maintained as 11 days, 12 days, 17 days, 19 days, 30 days. So as per the logic, which batch of material to be issued first? Are you understanding? Pavitra, Radhika and Sundarrao garu. Hello? Can you hear me? వినిపిస్తుందండి మీకు? Hello?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
So now, you see here, my system has determined these 4 batches. Out of these 4 batches, system is allocating batch number 415. Why? It's because of the lowest number of minimum remaining shelf life. ఈ 5 batches తో దీనికే shelf life తక్కువ ఉందండి. సో తక్కువ ఉన్నది ముందు ఇష్యూ చేయాలి. So therefore system has picked up 415. But can this 415 be issued? ఇది ఇష్యూ చేయొచ్చా? చెయ్యకూడదు. ఎందుకు చేయకూడదండి? లుక్ అట్ హియర్. ఇది ఆ 415 అన్రెస్ట్రిక్టెడ్ స్టేట్ లో లేదు, అది రిస్ట్రిక్టెడ్ స్టేట్ లో ఉంది. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ పిక్ అప్ దిస్ వన్, go with copy as, you see here it says it has a status of restricted use, so you cannot use this one. Okay, so therefore what you should do, put it here, star mark, once again go and find out. Okay, so ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి batches ఇక్కడ, you could see here 409, 410, 411. Okay, 9, 10, 11 ఉన్నాయి. 9, 10, 11 ఉన్నాయి. 9, 10 లేదేంటి ఇక్కడ? Okay, so therefore you can choose 10 here, or okay, in other way, give me a moment, let me release the entire all the stocks. Okay, I'll go with change batch. Okay, 461, 11. Now I'm going to do with 12. It's locked. Okay, I'll just come out. Okay, I'll change the batch status to all of the materials. I mean all of the batches. Okay. Okay, then 413 unrestricted, we change this. Then 414 unrestricted, then 415 unrestricted. Okay, do we have 416 also? No, it's not there. Okay, now if you go and have a look at stock overview, you would see all the batches starting from 409 to 406 or 405. Okay, so now you go and do goods goods issue. Okay, so 0001 production material. Okay, say quantity of 10 I wanted to issue. Put the star mark over here, hit enter. Come on, why is it not? It's here. Okay, now you see here the quantity of 10 has been taken here. Why? 25 is already 25 is the available quantity. Okay, now you can just simply go and copy it. Okay, then go and issue the goods. You can simply go and issue the goods. Are you understanding? This is how the system determines the batch. Who determined the batch? Is it me? No, system has determined. Based on what? Minimum remaining shelf life. A minimum remaining shelf life lo ఏ బ్యాచ్ కి అయితే తక్కువ ఉందో ఆ తక్కువ ఉన్న రిమైనింగ్ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ తక్కువ ఉన్న బ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ టు బి ఇష్యూడ్ ఫస్ట్ కాబట్టి అది ఇష్యూ చేస్తుంది. అట్లా అది డిసైడ్ చేస్తుంది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ వీ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ బ్యాచ్ డిటర్మినేషన్. ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me do it once again. Okay, so material ఇక్కడ మీరు 0002 ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, అప్పుడు డిఫరెంట్ బ్యాచెస్ వస్తాయండి. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక 30 క్వాంటిటీ కావాలి మీకు, రైట్? సో యూ గో విత్ స్టార్, హిట్ ఎంటర్. ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంటారో చూద్దాం. Now you see 30 is there for 413, so therefore it takes 30. I'll just back. Okay, do you want to copy? No. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, నాకు 35 పీసెస్ కావాలండి. ఈ 35 ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంటుంది? జస్ట్ గో అండ్ హిట్ ఎంటర్. నౌ యూ సీ ఇట్స్ బీన్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్. ఎందుకండి మాక్సిమం 30 413 నుంచి ఎందుకు తీసుకోవాలి? బికాస్ దాట్స్ ద బ్యాచ్ విచ్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ లోయెస్ట్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్. కాబట్టి దాన్ని ఫస్ట్ కన్జ్యూమ్ చేసుకోవాలి మీరు. Are you understanding? So that's how the determination takes place, and for that you require the selection class and the sorting rule. Sorting rule ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఇది చూసారు కదా, 21, 31, 41 ఇట్లా ఇంక్రీజింగ్ ఆర్డర్ డిక్రీజింగ్ ఆర్డర్ లో డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. సో ఆ ఇచ్చిన ఆర్డర్ని బట్టి మీకు క్వాంటిటీ ఇక్కడ అవుతుందండి. ఓకే, now if you go like this and then you go with copy if you wanted to issue the material. So therefore see here and then you save it. Okay, so therefore even your storage location also plays a key role. In the end, after all, the material is getting stored only at the storage location level, right? Similarly 55 quantity కావాలి మీకు. You just go and find it out. One second. I think there seems to be a problem. Okay, now you see how 55 quantity has been distributed. 11 days ఉన్నది బ్యాచ్ ఉంది, దాంట్లో క్వాంటిటీ 15 ఉంది. సో 15 ఫుల్గా అలొకేట్ చేసింది. సిమిలర్లీ 12 days షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ ఉన్న బ్యాచ్ ఒక 10 ఉన్నాయి, సో అది 10 ఫుల్గా ఇచ్చేసింది. సిమిలర్లీ 17 days ఉన్నది 20 ఉన్నాయి, దానికి ఫుల్గా ఇచ్చేసింది. దెన్ యూ హావ్ గాట్ 19 days షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ ఉన్న బ్యాచ్ ఒకటి ఉంది, దాంట్లోంచి 10 తీసుకుంది అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 22. ఓకే, ఆర్ యూ ఏబుల్ టు విజువలైజ్ హౌ ది థింగ్స్ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ ప్లేస్? ఓకే,
Yes, sir.
you just go and save it. So this is what you need to know from the batch management. Finally, ఇప్పుడు ఈ లాస్ట్ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్లో మీరు ఏదైతే చూసారో బ్యాచ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్లో కోర్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ అదేనండి. దాదాపుగా 90% ఆఫ్ MM కన్సల్టెంట్స్కి తెలియదు. Okay, so if you could able to answer the questions from the batch management in the interviews, you will be almost through. Okay, so now let me take you to the slides. Batch management lo batch determination etla jarugutundi ani. Okay, so this is batch determination. Finds a particular batch which meets the desired specification on the basis of selection class and sorting rule. Okay, batch determination, as I told you, can be used in procurement, in production, in sales, in inventory, everywhere it is being used. Okay, next, purchase order lo batch number assign chestam, chupinchandi meeku already. Or you can also assign a batch number at the time of goods receipt. Okay, similarly, batch determination in warehouse management, you leave about warehouse management. Okay, so condition technique, how it is being used in batch determination. People are just complete chestamandi. You see here, first one, choose the fields from the operators or operations and group them in a condition table, and then assign it to the strategy type, and then fix the sequence of condition tables in search process, and then combine them in a search procedure. ఇది చూస్తే మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది క్లియర్ కట్గా. చూడండి, ఇక్కడ నేను ఇన్వెంటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చేశానండి, గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ చేశాను. అందులో ఏమి ఇచ్చాను, మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్ ఇచ్చాను. సో ఆ మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్కి ఏ సర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఉందో అది కాన్ఫిగరేషన్లో అసైన్ చేశాను. 201కి GNISSN అనేది సర్చ్ ప్రొసీజర్ని అసైన్ చేశాను. So based on the movement type, my system identifies the search procedure. Search procedure తెలిస్తే దీంట్లో ఉన్న కండిషన్ టైప్స్, what we call it as strategy types అంటారు. సో ఈ స్ట్రాటజీ టైప్స్ తెలుస్తుంది. మన దగ్గర ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, GMM1, G001. సో దాంట్లో ఆ G001 లో యాక్సెస్ సీక్వెన్స్ కి ఉంటుందండి. ఆ యాక్సెస్ సీక్వెన్స్ కి లో కండిషన్ టేబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఆ కండిషన్ టేబుల్స్ ని బట్టి what did I maintain? I maintain condition record. ఓకే, సో ఆ కండిషన్ రికార్డ్స్ నుంచి డేటా వస్తుంది. ఆ డేటా డిస్ప్లేడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది సెలెక్షన్ క్లాస్ అండ్ సార్టింగ్ రూల్. Isn't it? Is this not what I have configured? Right? So this is how you should be doing it. You could see here also, define strategy type. While defining it, assign default values for parameters such as selection class, sorting rule, and batch splits. Okay. So this is called batch determination. So we are done with the determination, batch determination. Okay, and now we left with something called batch where used list. ఇది ఒక స్మాల్ రిపోర్ట్ అండి. బ్యాచ్ వేర్ యూజ్డ్ లిస్ట్ అంటే ఈ బ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ ని ఎక్కడెక్కడ వాడారు. Like yesterday or day before, I'm discussing with you a certain series Nokia batteries were getting exploded, so therefore Nokia traced all the customers to whom they sold this series batteries, collected them back, and issued new set of batteries. How was that possible? Because of this particular report called batch where used list. Okay, ఈ బ్యాచ్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ ని ఎక్కడెక్కడ వాడారు అనేది చెప్తుందండి. ఓకే, సో ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ అ స్మాల్ రిపోర్ట్. సో లెట్స్ గో త్రూ దిస్ క్విక్లీ. With this we conclude the batch management. This is the last topic in the batch management. Okay, so the batch where used list is used to track the batch managed materials from procurement to sales. ఎక్కడున్నా సరే పికప్ చేస్తుందండి. దీంట్లో ఒకటి పికప్ లిస్ట్ అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది మనకి. ఓకే, సో మీ రిజర్వేషన్ గుర్తుందా మీకు, పిక్ లిస్ట్ అని, అటువంటి ఇక్కడ కూడా ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ రిపోర్ట్ ఈస్ యూస్ టు ట్రాక్ డౌన్ the batch of material exactly where was it is. Is it in the purchasing department? Is it in the sales department? Is it in inventory? Or is it in warehouse? Is it in transportation? Or has it already been dispatched to the customer? You can find it out easily. Okay, the functionality can be used to determine in which other batches a particular batch was used, from which batches a batch was created. All these things you can find it out. Okay, the batch where used list documents the path of batches through a company. A batch where used list can be run in inventory management. Okay, so here it has given logistics, material management, inventory management, okay, environment, batch where used list. I'll just show you that one. Let me first show you configuration. దీంట్లో కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ ఏమి ఉండవంటే ఆల్రెడీ సెట్ అయి ఉంటాయి దీనికి. Okay, so therefore I'll just quickly show you this one. Batch where used list. First of all, మీ plant ఇది యాక్టివేట్ చేసి ఉండాలండి. Make settings for batch where used list. You go into this. Okay, your plant 777C. ఇదిగోండి ఇక్కడ BAWU అంటే బ్యాచ్ వేర్ యూజ్డ్ లిస్ట్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ ఇది యాక్టివేట్ చేసి ఉండాలి. ఓకే, ఇది ఒక్కటే సెట్టింగ్ అని ఇంకేముండదు దీంట్లో. సెటప్ కస్టమర్ ఎగ్జిట్ బిజినెస్ యాడ్-ఇన్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మీకు దీన్ని మోడిఫై చేయడానికి ఎన్హాన్స్ చేయడానికి బ్యాచ్ వేర్ యూజ్ లిస్ట్ అది డెవలపర్ చేస్తాడు కాబట్టి మీకు అనవసరం. ఓకే, నౌ లెట్ మీ షో యూ హౌ టు రన్ దిస్. ఓకే, ఈ మూడు అండి, పికప్ లిస్ట్, బిల్డప్ లిస్ట్, డిస్ప్లే లిస్ట్. ఓకే, అండ్ ఫస్ట్ గో విత్ MB5C పికప్ లిస్ట్. మీ మెటీరియల్ ఇవ్వండి, ఏ మెటీరియల్ అని 461 ఎండింగ్ విత్ 461 కదండి. you give the material over here. Okay, scope list, billing documents, sales orders, scheduling agreements, delivery notes. Billing list, billing documents లేదు కదా అంటే nothing but we have not issued this material to a customer. కాబట్టి బిల్లింగ్ ఏమి లేదు. బిల్లింగ్ ఉంటే ఆ కస్టమర్ ఎవరికి బిల్ చేస్తాం అనేది ఉంటుంది. సో ఐ అజ్యూమ్ ఇది బహుశా డేటా ఏమి రిట్రీవ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. లెట్ మీ చెక్ ఇట్. Yeah, you see here no list generated. Even if you give the batch number here also, because none of these things 461. Okay, so if you choose చూసారంటే మీరు ఇందులో ఏది ఇచ్చినా కూడా మీకు రాదు, because this material is not being issued to any customer. So దానికంటే బెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే బిల్డప్ లిస్ట్. you use this build-up list or even the display list MB56 also you can run it. Okay, you see here expand transfer postings, expand controlling order, or display current batch status, display vendor batch. Of course in here we don't have the vendor batches. Settings for extended display pan goods movements, read archive data. So let me check even these things also. Now you go and start analyzing. Batch number, let's give the batch number. For example 415 is the batch number. Okay, I go and start analyzing. Right, this will pull the list. ఎందుకంటే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ పోస్టింగ్స్ ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కదా మనం చేసాం. Now you see here if you look at here documents, no document exists. I thought we have issued this material. ఇచ్చామా ఇవ్వలేదా? One moment, bottom up. Give me a moment. Okay, ideally what happens is when you select this batch and go with documents with which material document this batch of the material has been issued, అది కూడా చూపించాలండి, but it's not showing me here. Let me go with build up list. Okay, నిన్నటి నుంచి మనం బ్యాచ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ పనిచేస్తున్నాం. let me choose 28 September నుంచి, July నుంచి. I'll take it up to today's date. List based display. Okay, yeah, this is what I am expecting. చూసారు కదండి ఇక్కడ, you see here, this is the material, this is the batch. So these are the purchase orders with reference to which these batches, okay, these batches, look at here, the batches and with reference to this purchase order you have taken, and this is the goods receipt material document with reference to which you have posted the document. So అట్లాగే మీ సేల్స్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ కూడా ఏమైనా ఉంటే with reference to which sales document you have issued this batch of material to which customer, even that also you could find out here. Compilation of batch weight use list table, see here. So this is how you should be finding out those batches of materials issued to the cost center, to the shop floor, or to the customer. ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా సరే, ఎక్కడున్నా సరే, wherever it is, you can easily find out. Right? So this is what is about batch management. Okay, so with this we are concluding the batch management. Any questions, Andy? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so
No, sir.
we are left with only invoice verification. So that invoice verification, it's a kind of theory, and the invoice verification, as I told you, most of the time it will be taken care by the FICO team. So మీరు అంతగా చూడాల్సిన పని లేదు దానికి. So but still I'll explain you. ఏమేం కావాలో, ఎంతవరకు కావాలో, that I will explain you. Okay, so we are done with batch management also. We will see the invoice verification tomorrow. So okay, 2 days invoice verification పడుతుంది. So Wednesday and Thursday will be invoice verification. Friday, Saturday, I'll explain you what are the various types of projects. తర్వాత సపోర్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, దాంట్లో ఏమేమి యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ ఆన్ ఫ్రైడే అండ్ సాటర్డే. ఓకే, సో సాటర్డే విల్ బి యువర్ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా, ఇంకా మీకు ఏమైనా మెటీరియల్ కావాలన్నా కూడా యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ సెండ్ మీ అన్ ఈమెయిల్ సో దట్ ఐ విల్ either forward it to you or make a folder లో పెడతానండి. సో that's how we will do. Okay అండి, any questions? ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. మీరు బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తేనే మీకు డౌట్స్ వస్తాయి. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇట్, that means you are losing your money, you are losing your time also. సో బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి, మీకు డౌట్స్ వస్తే కాల్ చేయండి. ఓకే, సో ఒకవేళ మీ కాల్ నేను పికప్ చేసుకోలేకపోతే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ నెక్స్ట్ డే. ఇంకా మీకు 4 క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ 4 క్లాసెస్లో మీరు ఏ రోజైనా ఏ టాపిక్ అయినా అడగండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Okay, so alright, so let's close the session for today, and we will meet tomorrow same time. right?